the workplace to sit what people in the business need. And when we walk around and we find that there are scrap items and stuff lying around all over the place, we realize that we're in a level 1 company. When I go to an office-based company, if I see desks piled with papers and stuff like that, I think, yes, we're also in a level 1 company. When I'm standing in front of a director who has got his desk piled with paper, I will sometimes say, people tell me that the look of people's desks are much like what your mind is. Oh, no, I know what everything is, but even to put the stuff on hold, that would be useful. And the very first experience we've got about going to world class is, it's good for me, who does the job. I like this idea of world class. It's nice to be in a world-class company which thinks of the job that's being done. Now, it's very important, and this is crucial, that your people's first experience of anything to do with world-class is a positive one. A positive one for them. And I never go to a company where I, an outsider who know nothing about it, can identify 3 or 4 things in the first hour that could make the job easier for anybody I see. That's where you need to start. Making it easier for your people to do as they say. You people are not good enough. That's a negative message. They don't want to hear that. In fact, the first message they hear from you, they don't want to know about it. You've captured them. You've got them on the end of your fishing hook. They're going to be part of your world-class program when they start doing that. And it's interesting that Toyota, who established a large plant in the middle of England in Derby, when they set up the line, they ran it so slow, they hardly made any cars. But they had to be right the first time. Interestingly enough, when I worked in the car industry for Chrysler, 25% of the space was given to rectifying things gone wrong on the line. 25% of the space was devoted to that. It was assumed we're going to make mistakes, and what do you think happened? We did! We did make mistakes! Your bit does not fit in the car the first time. Do you think we stopped the line? Do you think we stopped the line? What do you say? How many people think we stopped the line? They do. But they only stop for about 2 seconds at a time. We want to stop everybody's on there. No, we've got to solve this problem to get it away. We work like a team. And that's what world class looks like. They're not content with ordinary quality. It has to be real defect quality that they're into. So that's the first guiding concept. I mean, I like concepts where people can repeat them, but once I said them once, easier, better, cheaper, faster, safer. I know that everybody, whether they're in the office, whether they're a manager, or on the shop floor, that everybody's going to repeat that. And once they're repeating that while they're doing the job every day, I know that they'll start to use it. The concept has got to be that type of simple for it to actually work. Now, we'll go through 4 processes in organizing. The first thing is a thing called red tagging. Now, I'm going to use a manufacturing example here, but we do it in offices as well. And I have to say that there's much stuff found in offices as there are in manufacturing plants. But red tagging, this is what we do. We take one section, we say, we're going to give you 4 red tags. It's labels, red labels. And we ask them to go into another section, and the rule is, look around, and if you see something that hasn't been used in the last month, and is not going to be used in the next month, put a red tag on it. Okay? And if there's a ballot, and says, oh no, we need that. If there's that, put a red tag on it. We never get them to go to the wrong section, because we don't put red tags on anything. Oh no, we need all that. But when they go to another section, we see red tags everywhere. We always tell them, don't put a red tag on a person. And we love to put a red tag on the back of the manager, you know, that sort of stuff. And when we've done this, there's red tags everywhere. Oh my goodness. There's lots of stuff that people write. And you know, the rule is, if it's in a manufacturing plant, 40% of the space gets released. That's the standard. 40% of the space gets released. We work with a company called Ideal Standard. I don't know if you haven't here, they make bathrooms and baths and taps and so on. And we go and look at the cash that we've got for making taps. And what's this one here? Well, we don't make that anymore. We don't make that, do we? No, we don't make that anymore. Well, what is it doing here? Well, you know, it's just so, isn't it? What about this one? No, we're not making that. Now, what about this here? No, we only made one set last year. But we haven't used it since. We haven't used it, have we? No. And we've got an extra new floor. We're creating an extra floor because there's so many of these guys that they don't use. And the taps are not sold anymore, but they've still got them sitting there. And all of a sudden we move all this, and then we come in the next day, there's a square space and there's nothing in it. Do you think that makes an impact on them? Absolutely. They say, hey, we're making progress already. Look at the changes happened in the first day, just by putting red tags on things. We work for a government department called CCTA. They advise other ministries about the kind of software and computer hardware to use. So we did a red tagging exercise. And the first office I went into, all this man, I was trying for paperless offices, but the first office I opened the door, and there was papers everywhere on the floor. Piles of papers, this height, all over the floor. And there were cupboards, and there was filing cabinets, and there was papers on top of the filing cabinets, and on top of the wardrobe and so on. And there was a path. When you move that out of it, because he's not using it, it's all red tagged, all of a sudden, he's got a clear floor. And he comes in and volunteer and goes, oh, it's a completely different office. And that convinces them visually, this is a different company now. That's important. This is how we work now. We're not going back to where we were before. That's important, that you make an impact early when you're cleaning and organizing. And when we look at these things, and we red tag them, we either get put in the bin, or we straight where we can find them with a label on them, or we sell them. And we love to do it. Especially people on the front line, they love to do that, throw things out. And we enjoy it as well, I have to say. Then we get into cleaning and organizing. And often when we introduce this idea, even managers will say, well, I'm not planning to clean the place up, it'll just go dirty again. What's the point of that? And we say, and this is fundamental, if you can't keep the place clean, and have the discipline of keeping the place clean, there's no chance at all of you having the discipline to get to world class. So if you want to abandon at this stage on cleaning, forget. We don't want to work with somebody who cannot work clean. And even people who have never worked clean up until then, we have to give them reasons why it's a good idea to work clean. And this is what we say. There's no work process that's going to be improved by working dirtily or untidily. And generally speaking, a neat and clean office or factory will tend to have higher productivity, tend to produce fewer defects, tend to meet guidelines better. And a neat and clean office or factory impresses visitors. So we work with a company which makes windows. And these generally are white PVC. And we have to cut these things and carve them. And after cutting them, there's lots of what we call slosh. Bits of flying debris falls off the machines, yeah? And I went into the factory the very first time, let's go on 100 grand. The floor is completely covered in white. I mean completely covered in white. And so when we're cleaning up, what it means is the person in one section takes compressed air, but then goes and shuts it all over to the next guy. And I think that's the thing. And so it goes on in the factory, all this stuff, you know? And we say the first thing is we've not got to create the dirt in the first place. So we little cardboard thing out of boxes around the cutting heads so that all the straw falls into the bin. And all of a sudden, within 1 week, the floor is completely clean. Completely clean. And as they walk in, we think, my goodness, this is different. Some people who were considering giving the company orders visit us. They're a huge big window producer themselves, and we come in and we say, oh, you don't make money here. Oh, this is where there's nothing at all. No, this is where we work now. Oh, maybe we should come down here and learn from you. We are 8 times the size of this company.